Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Rock Shop with Ralph, your source for all entertainment. I have a returning guest here. He's one of my favorites. He is the former lead singer of Great White, the current lead singer of XYZ, always was and always has been. And he has a new band out called Land of Gypsies, where he just released a phenomenal CD that we're here to talk about. I want to welcome back to the show, Mr. Terry Illous.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Terry, we're going to say it. You ready? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Vinny? Hey, yo, man. How you doing, you know? That's my way of talking to you. Like, you're from fucking New York. You know, you people, fuck you,
Easy.
Now, for those people out there, you don't know, people from New York. In New York City, when you see somebody, you want to say hello to somebody, you say, hey, fuck you. And they're like, hey, I'm doing too, you know what I mean? That's the way they talk over there. They don't say like, hey, how you doing, man? How's everything? No, they don't do that. They see you walking in the street, they're like, hey, fuck you. And fuck you too.
How you doing?
That's the way they are,
It was funny because the last time I interviewed you, we had a ball doing that. And, when you're on Facebook, you're very active in social media. And when you're on there, I always answer, yo, Vinny, how you doing? And it's me. And it's me. But how are you doing? How's everything going?
Everything's been great. I have to be honest with you. A little bit surprised and overwhelmed with the response from the CD. I really threw it together really fast. I have to be honest with you. I had those songs written for a while. Some of the songs were written for over the last 10 years, some more recently, but some of the songs were written for Great White. Some of the songs were written for XYZ, or some of the songs were written for other artists I was about to produce or write for or with, and didn't happen. So when Fabrizio,
that's their loss.
Yeah, thank you. When Fabrizio said to me, "Do you have any songs?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, check this out." So I proposed all the songs. Sergey also had many great songs as well, and we combined all those together, and then here we are. Really, I didn't think. I'm not. The truth is, we work on that CD. We were like having fun mostly, like
during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID. I would go to the studio around 11:30. Have an espresso, a cup of tea for chit chat about life in general, or for about 30-40 minutes. Talk about food, talk about what's best, Italian food or French food. So I would talk about, and then around 1 o'clock, I look at the clock. Shit, man, I gotta do something, because at 2 o'clock I gotta go pick up my kid. So okay, well, we have 1 hour to do something. What do we do? Well, how about this song? I like it. We put the templates together. We use a click track, boom, boom, boom. And that was it. We worked for about an hour and a half every once in a while, and really didn't think much of the album. Not that I wanted to be disrespectful toward the album or the fans. For me, I was like, it's an easy one, it's not gonna be easy, And then and here we are today. Everybody seems to be liking it. I'm like, okay.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just told you before, and I want to say this, and I mean this. This is by far your best album to date, and I really do mean that. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I always say that. First of all, let me give you credit. Let me give props to the players on the album. You have Sergey Simic. He plays guitar. You have Fabrizio Grossi playing bass, and you have Tony Mora playing drums. And you also have your longtime collaborator, Jeff Northrup. He plays a little bit of a guitar on there as well.
And Eric Ragnow on keys.
On the key, Hammond B organ and all that stuff. Yeah. Right. I got to tell you that. Did you want it to be a band? Because it's not Terry Illous. It's Land of Gypsies.
It was supposed to be just Terry Illous when
Illous. I say Illous. I'm sorry.
Okay. When Fabrizio and I get together, he says, "Well, I know your vision. I know what you want to do. I understand you. I think I get the right players for you." I'm like, okay. So he introduced me to Serge and to Eric, which I knew Eric before. He introduced me to all those guys, and I'm like, sure, why not? we went on. I started listening to the songs and the production. I said, "That sounds like a band. It doesn't sound like a bunch of guys getting paid and do a quick session. It really sounds like a band because each one of them, of these players, were putting their heart and soul behind each note." So I said, "Wow, they really sound like a band." They know. And Eric was all over. Like, "Dude, I love those songs. I want to be part of it, you know." So I'm like, "Okay, great. Welcome to the band." You know, it was again. I didn't think. You know, sometimes you overthink things. You're like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be perfect and everything."
Right.
This particular album, I went there very nonchalant, very like, let's have fun. But that's it. I didn't think anything else. Then just have fun. It's not like, "Oh my God, I gotta come up with the most brilliant song in the world." No.
Well, I want to say, I'm going to talk about the songs, but I have to tell you this. By far, my favorite song on the album is "Rescue Me." And I'm going to tell you this. I believe that you wrote your "Stairway to Heaven" with this song. Listen, well, you know what? I want to give credit where credit's due, Terry. The song touched me. It really did. You know, if you want to hear it from one fan, I'm telling you, it touched me. And the way the song starts out and it builds up crescendo, and you know, I just feel that is your "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah. Well,
take the compliment. Take the compliment.
You know, I am.
Yeah.
I wrote the song. Here's the way I wrote the song.
He's gonna pull out a guitar now.
Yeah, I picked up my guitar. I had the song written for a while, and I went to the studio, and we put a template together for the tempo, you know. And so I said, "Okay, let's do it." And I did this. I didn't have lyrics. I just had the chorus idea. "Rescue me." That's what I had, you know. But I was doing this. Fuck. It's live. And I went. Na, 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 na. That's what I had. And then he went to "Rescue Me." So
now, can you hear the "Stairway to Heaven"?
I don't know. I was doing that, and I sent the music with the melody and the idea of the chorus to Jeff, and he said, "What do you want to talk about?" I said, "I want to talk about love, the eternal search for love. What are we in exactly as people? I think most of us are searching for our soulmate. Most of us are searching for that special loved ones. And some of us will find that person, and some of us will keep searching forever." And I said, I don't think I've ever been that lucky. You know, maybe I was lucky, I just didn't see it. I don't know. Maybe I destroyed some of my previous relationship by being an idiot. But I said, I'm still searching for that special person, and maybe I found that special person. I'm not sure. Maybe she's next to me. I don't know. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the love that will fill somebody's heart and will change somebody forever. And I said, it's a very simple word, you know. And JK said, "All right, send me some words." So I always do this. This is the way we work. I sent him the music and the melody. He said, "Send me some words." So I write down a piece of on my computer, my notebooks. Write this word, that word, you know. And Jeff, who's a mastermind, look at the lyrics, or even all the words I have written, and he starts putting things together. He's like, "Well, here's your first line." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah. With this word, that's the word. And now here's your second line, and then we're gonna add this line. I'm writing this line right now, and then this." And Jeff, the reason I like to work with JK so much is because he understands me so well. So for Pat. Pat is the same way. Pat Fontaine. Yeah, they understand me so well. We've been friends for so many years. I grew up with Pat, so I'm like, God, man, I've known the guy since I was a kid. So he really understands me, and you know, those lyrics came just, you know, you heard them, you know, they're very real. They're not, I didn't try to bullshit people. That's what this album is all about. This album is not about trying to pretend to be somebody else or do an album for the money. "Oh, let's do an album, let's get some money, get the fuck out." No, it was not about that. It was about being real, about what do I like to do? I like to do 70s music. I like to sing a certain way. And most singers nowadays, well, singers don't sing like that. They want to sing, I don't know.
Scream. They want to scream.
Yeah, I went back to my roots. I listened to, who I like as a singer, David Coverdale, early Coverdale albums like North Wind. People probably don't know those albums, but that album is brilliant.
How about Paul Rodgers?
Paul Rodgers is the king.
Well, I got you. I want to interject a second because I want to tell you this, and I was going through the songs.
Yeah.
And here's what I have on my notes. Okay, the song "Runaway," that's very David Coverdale, Whitesnake-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that song, and the song "Ramblin' Man," I hear Bad Company in that all over it.
Oh yeah. I'm a rambling. Sergey wrote that song.
See that? So
yeah,
you struck a chord with me, especially as a fan, and I'm sure other fans are hearing it. So what we're hearing and what you're saying is exactly on the same page. So that's why I'm telling you, man. This album is phenomenal for all the fans that are listening, that are fans of Terry Illous, okay, and are fans of the classic Whitesnake, Bad Company. I'm even hearing some Bon Jovi in the song "Long Summer Day." I hear a little bit of Bon Jovi. I mean, everybody, you can hear whatever you want to hear. But I'm giving you my opinion. But he's got 11 tracks on here. The best work he's ever done thus far. I'm sure you have more in you. But I can't say enough about this album. And for you to say you just, you threw it together, you wanted to see what was going to stick. It stuck. I mean, sometimes the best stuff you make is the stuff you don't even try to make,
Yeah. I listened to all those stories about people recording vocals, people working on writing their songs and everything. And of course, as a veteran, I have been doing this for a long time. I've always impressed when an artist would go in the studio and then record a song real fast and go home. I remember my producer, George Tatko, telling me, Rod Stewart goes in the studio and used to hold his microphone and like the SM57 or the 87 he used to use sometime, and then sing and then go home. And that's it. Yeah, go home. So I thought, okay, I'll do the same thing. I literally went to, when I was recording my songs, my vocals part, really seriously, Fabrizio would say, all right, let's do it. Let's do a take. So I would do a take. On my life, I know, na 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 na. Okay, one take. Second take. Na 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 na. Third take. Yeah, that's it. You're done. Go home. That's what I did. I said, that's it. That's it. All right. Have a nice day. I'm gonna pick up my kid. And then basically that was it. I did 3 takes per song, and I didn't think much. He put the things together. He was like, well, I like this line. I like this line. Then okay, go home. See you tomorrow. That was it. I really didn't want to spend too much time because when you overthink things,
right,
you lose that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did. I mean, what you mentioned before that a lot of the songs were some songs are 10 years old. What songs? Let's just say, for instance, what did you bring to Great White?
Rescue Me.
Oh man, and they missed out on that one.
Yeah, Rescue Me. Well, I didn't bring it to them. I was about to.
Right.
I wrote it a few years ago, and just before I got let fired, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to bring that song to them, and it didn't happen. They said, I couldn't because I never had the chance to present the song to them, because it didn't happen. But I had that song ready to go. At least the melody and the chorus line. Yeah, and the chord progression and everything, it's a very simple song. It's a very heartfelt song. There's really, I realize in life that some of the most beautiful songs we like, some of the most beautiful songs we like in general are the songs that are very simple. We're not, when it's too complicated and too overthought, you're like, we want to hear as fans. I include myself as fan of music in general. We want to hear simple stuff. We want to hear things that touch us, not like, it's too complicated. We don't get it. We're like, I don't get it. I don't feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, for the fans that are fans of XYZ or Terry with Great White or just Terry in general solo, this album is a must-have. I'm gonna give it my rock shop seal of approval, and I don't do that with many albums, but I'm telling you, Terry, you knocked what we say in America is you knocked it out of the park. That means that you hit a home run, and you really did. I can't stop. I can't say it enough. I cannot stop listening to this CD. I really can't. I mean, the only other CD I listened to this much from you was XYZ's debut.
Oh wow,
that's not to say that I don't listen to everything that you do. It's just that this one is really, 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 really good. So I want to give you props. I gave props to the band. I got to ask you. I wanted to ask you a question regarding you played with George Lynch recently. I mean, not too long ago. What was that like?
Oh, I love George.
Yeah, because I forgot to ask you that in the last interview. I wanted to ask it to you now.
I love George. I think George is fucking one of the greatest guitar player of that era. Him and Eddie, of course. George is the little devil playing guitar. I love the way he plays guitar. He's a maniac. I'd love to work with him. I'd love to
hear you work with him.
Yeah. I think him and I would be very compatible because we're all passionate and a little bit deep in our thoughts and crazy and intense and everything. But at the same time, very calm because I'm also very calm, and so he is. So George is by far one of my favorite guitarists, by far. I mean, I don't say that lightly. He's really up there when it comes to guitar players. I'd love to work with him. I just never had the chance to really, really sit down and write songs with him, except we jammed many times. And I told him, I said, when are we going to work together? And it's just hasn't happened yet, but it may.
Well, you know what? And I said this, I think I mentioned this in the last interview. Back in the day, I used to get you and Oni Logan confused all the time. You have that same raspiness in your voice, same accent. And I could see you working with George or even singing the Lynch Mob, even though he doesn't do Lynch Mob anymore. But
he doesn't do Lynch Mob because of political reasons.
Yes.
But I think Lynch Mob was great. It's a great band. I'm a big fan of Oni. Oni is not only a friend, but also a fantastic singer. And I'd be honored to work with George. Absolutely. Hey, George, if you get this message, give me a call. You get my number, So
yes. Hopefully he'll be listening. I almost interviewed him and Don Dokken. Oh, your old friend Don Dokken, who produced your first album. A couple of weeks ago they played with Jim Crean in Buffalo. You know Jim Crean. You played with him with Jim Crean with Hair Nation. You played with them a couple of times upstate New York.
Okay.
On the same bill. Anyway,
did you go see the band? Did you see them live? Were they good?
Which band?
Did you go see Dokken and George Lynch?
Oh no, I didn't see that show. I was gonna. They were doing interviews. It wasn't in the cards. I didn't get to do the interview, but hopefully one day I'll get Don and George on the show. But I know you're exhausted and you're pressed for time. I could see you're a little tired today. You've been doing interviews. Forever.
Every half hour since this morning.
Yeah, the last time you were bounced off the walls and we were talking about pizza and everything. But real quick, I want to talk about XYZ. I know you got some dates coming up with XYZ. You got the Monsters of Rock cruise on February 9th coming out of Miami, Florida. And then May 6th, you're doing the M3 Rock Festival. Those are two pretty big gigs for XYZ. Still relevant.
We got offers. We got a lot of offers to actually do big things. It's just a matter, but thank you. It's a matter of timing. And I have a lot of dates also on my own that I had to fulfill. As you know, I don't know if you know that, but I have a contract with the Royal Caribbean, the cruise line. We have a band together, what do you call that? We are headlining the big, one of the biggest, actually the biggest ship right now. So I have an all-star band with Greg D'Angelo from Queens, from White Lion
and Brooklyn from Brooklyn. Yeah. Play with everybody. Played with White Lion. He played with Stephen Piercy.
Yeah, he played with Anthrax.
Anthrax, original
Yeah,
drummer in it. Yeah, he was played it back in the day.
That's the original drummer. So we have a band together. Guitar player Steve Fister from Buffalo. Steve has played with Steppenwolf and Little Ford, all those guys, and so Kevin Jones on keys. So we have and Sean McNabb on bass, or
Sean
Chuck
McNabb.
Wright, yeah, or Sean or Chuck Wright, depending on the show. So we have an all-star band, and we headline the cruise line. We have a big production show. So I have a lot of dates that I have to fulfill, and a lot of things on my own. So I have a very, very busy schedule, but I'm always looking forward to doing more dates with XYZ. I love Pat's my brother, and we're looking forward to doing shows. And it's just a matter of choosing the dates carefully. That's all. I don't want to go on the road and do clubs. I'm not interested in that. I mean, I want to see the fans, but I want them to see us the right way, which is the way we deserve to be seen.
Yeah, and you're very active on Facebook, and I stay in contact with you through Facebook and email and stuff. And I'm always jealous. You're always showing these pictures of you on the damn cruise ship. Hey, Terry Illous, and he's there. You know, you got this huge cruise ship that he's on, sipping, with an umbrella in his drink. And I'm like, what? This guy's out every week,
No, we're not every week, Ralph, but
almost.
we choose the dates. We have a lot of dates. They offer us a lot of dates. We choose the dates. We choose the destination. Usually it's the Bahamas. And we have a lot of dates. I mean, it's something I never thought I would be doing one day is play the cruise. But the cruise line is really the new Las Vegas. This is basically it. People don't realize that. And some people think, he's playing the cruise line. Oh my God.
No.
I tell you what, dude.
Pays the rent, right?
It pays more than the rent. It pays other people's rent too. You can take my word for it. So it pays very well. And
I guess that's why Chuck Wright is there now. He left Quiet Riot.
I love Chuck. Chuck is a great bass player.
Has a solo album out coming out too.
He's very easy to work with, and we're having fun. It's not just getting the money; it's really having fun. The fans or the cruisers, I call them, are very nice people. The cruise line company is fantastic. It's all first class. It's nothing you would think. It's not a lounge act. It's not like they put us in a little thing and
right.
No. It's a very big stage with lights, $1 million production. It's just nothing like it. And we do shows. We perform our own songs, and Sean is with us. Sean McNabb. Sean,
What songs do you do on that? I mean, are you doing your songs? Are you doing like classic covers? What type of songs are you doing?
We do a few White Lion songs because of
Greg.
We do,
and tell him. I'm sorry. Tell him to email me. Or we stayed in contact. He was supposed to come on, but I lost contact with him. If you can relay the message, tell him please get in touch with me.
I will. I need to call. In fact, I need to call him tonight anyway. So I will tell him that we do 2 or 3 White Lions. We awesome. Do a couple of Ozzy songs because of the keyboard player. Kevin Jones used to be the keyboard player for Ozzy. So we do that. We do a couple of either, what do you call that? Either Quiet Riot or Darken because of Sean McNabb or Chuck, depending on who's playing. And we do XYZ song, and we do a couple of Great White songs because of me. And then we add, and then also Steve Fister, my guitarist, was the guitar player for Steppenwolf. And so we do a Steppenwolf song. And then we add 2 or 3 classic rock songs that we really like, that meant a lot to us. Like we do a Rod Stewart song that I love to do. I do a number on my own, just pick up my guitar and do a song for the fans. We do, we do things. We like. I worked with Eddie Money, so
Eddie Money's a Queens boy, like me.
I used to do backup vocals for Eddie Money, so I worked with him for about 8 to 9 years. So we do. Songs
I did not know that.
Yeah, we do songs who have worked, who have been in contact with either the artist or something related to. For example, we do. To Tickets to Paradise, because I used to sing that song with Eddie. I was one of his backup singers. So, and I used to try to sound like him a little bit. So to make sure that if something goes wrong, something went wrong, I was, dude, take it, whatever, Anyway, I used to do that, and I used to love working with Eddie. Eddie was a fantastic guy. I mean, really, really great artist. So, so I would do that, songs that I've worked with some guys from AC/DC. So we do an AC/DC song because I've worked with some of the guys in AC/DC. So stuff like that, and the crowd loves us. I mean, so far the shows are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and Royal Caribbean is a wonderful cruise line. I mean, again, people think of cruise lines like, yeah, look at all people going there. I'm telling you that it's the new Las Vegas. We were lucky enough to be featured. We are lucky enough to be featured all the time as main attraction. But I don't take it lightly. I am very grateful.
You should be proud and grateful. I mean, really, it sounds like a blast. What is it called? What do you? Is it a band name, or what do you call yourself?
It's called Legends of Classic Rock.
Legends of Classic Rock on Royal Caribbean. There you go. You heard it here first. Legends of Classic Rock.
You'd be surprised how many fans. Actually, some of my fans said, "Hey man, I'm going on that cruise. Are you going to be there?" And they send me messages. I'm going to be on the cruise line. I heard you headline or co-headline that particular ship. Are you going to be there on the 9th of March? Yeah, I'm going to be there. Oh, cool, man. And they're excited. I see. We talk to. You have to realize that people that go on the cruise line now, they are between 40 to 65 years old. Well, it's a demographic of our classic rock genre, so they know who we are. So they're like, "Oh, dude, I never expected to see you here." And so they love the music. When we do a Steppenwolf song, or when we do a Great White song or an Aussie song, that we do Crazy, they love them. They're like, "Oh man, it reminds me, when I was crazy."
Yeah, back in the 80s.
They love them. Those people that are now 60 used to be 30s in the 80s. So
yeah, I know. That's me. I mean, the hair and spandex days are over, but my heart is still in it.
There you go. The spandex on the hair is gone, but I'm telling you,
not for you though.
Well, no, I got to lucky.
I know. But one thing I want to say before we close, because I know we're pressed for time, is I love you, Terry, because you always mention the fans. Every time I speak to you, the 2 times we've done an interview and the interviews I hear you on, you always mention the fans, and you can't fake that. You really can't. You're a true gentleman. You're one of the true gentlemen in rock, and I wish you nothing but continued health, wealth, and success. I really mean that. And you can come back anytime. So everybody out there, I need you to support Terry and buy the CD, the physical CD. These things, buy them. And it's called Land of Gypsies on Frontiers SRL Records. Our good friends at Frontiers. And you got to get this CD. It's Rock Shop approved. I want to thank Terry Illous for coming on, and he's welcome back anytime.
Hey, yo, Ralphie, what's up?
I'm telling you, when you come, I'm taking you for pizza. We're going to end with that.
I tell you, I like thin crust pizza.
So do I.
Now, what do you like on your pizza? What do you like?
I like it plain, or I like meatball.
Meatball. What kind of balls?
Meatball.
Oh, okay, all right. Meatball. Yeah.
Say it with balls. I like meatball.
I like meatballs. Yeah.
All right, Terry.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Buddy. Bye.
Bye-bye.